As all of us we know, the role of higher education institutions is to provide the knowledge, different kinds of knowledge, different levels of knowledge. Then they have to develop the skills also among the students, because skills are very much essential when they go to the job market. Then there is a need to develop the attitude. Attitude is equally important. Most of the MNC says 85% of the students are judged on their attitude but not on their certificates. NAC also insists in its A&A process, among the 7 criteria what we follow for the purpose of accrediting the institutions. The 7th one is very much interesting, and the 7th criteria is to test how far the institutions are adhering to commitment to the development of institutional values and also the best practices. In this regard, the today's topic is very much apt for higher education institutions, because when you go for accreditation, they also will check and find out what is your commitment in order to develop values among your students. Now, when we say value, values denote some degree of importance with certain aim. It is determining what action of life is best to do or live, and it describes the significance of different actions. Therefore, people will say, what are your values? And if you know the values followed by the people, you can judge what type of personality these people are having. Mahatma Gandhiji followed 2 important values in life. One is the truth, another one is called the non-violence. By accepting these 2 values, practicing these values, he became very great. Therefore, values are very much important. Values brings credit to our life. Values enhances our personality. Therefore, values are very much essential. Values are not feelings, they are not emotions, but they are the concepts. Values are more than feelings. Values exist in the mind and are independent of public affirmation. Therefore, values exist. People will act, this is my value. But we want some kind of public certification whether it is acceptable or not. Values are absolutely, but they are dimensional. That is, values are a criteria for judging the degree of goodness or badness. Then the there is a mistake, rightness or wrongness. So through the values, you can say which one is right and which one is wrong, which one is good and which one is bad. Values will decide. Values are concepts heavily weighed with emotions and influence the child's selection from variable modes, means, and ends of action. Therefore, when we say values are very important, then what are human values? Human values goes well with our Indian values. Great people like sages, sadhus, philosophers, great leaders, they live their lives with values. Great epics like Mahabharata, Ramayana, and all the religions also have spoken so much about values. Maybe Bhagavad Gita, maybe Quran, Holy Quran, maybe Holy Bible, all these great scriptures, religious scriptures, they have got so much of information pertaining to the values. Great moral stories pertaining to different religions also speak about these values. Human values are easy to speak, as I mentioned. Human values are influenced by family, influenced by society, and influenced by the general community. Now, the whole society is undergoing transformation. Too much of technology orientation is there. But what about the influence of sociology? What about the concept of society? What about the bond and relationships in the society? I think somewhere or the other things are changing. Great sociologists like Kingsley Davis, who spoke so much on human society, I think we have to see where we are applying that. Talcott Parson, a great sociologist, Malinowski, Max Weber, some of these great people have contributed so much. Unless the society is very strong, society cannot be strong. Unless the family is strong, society cannot be strong. Unless family and society is strong, country cannot be very strong. Therefore, there is a need to develop, to speak more on human values, to make people to inculcate more on human values, so that it is possible for us to have a healthy society. There are 5 basic human values. They have been existed since many years. They are love, truth, righteous conduct, sacrifice, peace. These are the 5 basic values. If the concept of love is not there, I think there is no meaning in life. There is no attachment. There is no bond existing between or among the individuals. No doubt, the film people have taken the concept of love, and hundreds of songs are there in the name of love. That is one type of love. There are different types of love. I think love is the most important basic value. We have to respect, we have to regard, we have to imbibe. Similarly, the truth is very, very important. The whole life is based upon the truth. And that's why Gandhiji said, my experiment with the truth. People have gone. Gautama Buddha went in search of truth. What is real? What is not real? Ultimately, truth only remains. We have to respect the truth. We have to stick on to the truth because it is the truth that leads to the progress, in my opinion. Right conduct is equally important. How we conduct, that indicates what is our contribution. All people with righteous conduct, they have contributed better. Similarly, the sacrifice for the family, sacrifice for the nation, sacrifice for the whole world. In that way, somewhere or the other, we have to make our students to know what is sacrifice and how best that they can sacrifice, how much that they can sacrifice is equally important. Mother is a very good example for sacrifice. I read one small story in a newspaper where the author has mentioned the 8 type of commitments made by his mother. And he says, a boy came from a poor family. And his mother, she told 8 types of lies. But he remembered they are not the lies, though mother told. They look like lies, but they are not. They speaks about the truth of life. The first point, when the family wanted to celebrate a festival, the boy brought some new dress to the mother. Mother said, no, my dear child, I have decided to celebrate a festival without the new dress. Like that, she wants the son to minimize the expenditure. Second point, she said, on festival day, I am not going to have 3 meals. I have decided to have only 1 meal. This is another truth the boy came to know, and through that the mother wants the son to save little money by reducing the amount of money towards food. Like that, 8 lies the mother says, and the author says ultimately, though it looks like lies, but inside lot of truth is there, lot of sacrifice is there. Similarly, the peace is equally important. Everybody wants peace. I think ultimately the contentment and peace, they go a long way. We are talking about the peace at the family, peace at the office where we are working, peace in the society. Ultimately, we want the peace at the global level. That's why in many master degree courses, there are papers on global peace. There are special papers on global peace because they want the students to understand the need for global peace and how best we can have the global peace. Then, though there are 5 basic values, we have divided these values into another 82 sub-values are there. Regularity may be one value. Sympathy may be another value. Empathy may be another value. Then integrity is another value. Honesty is another value. Like that, there are more than 80 to 82 sub-values are there. We have to make the children to have a good foundation about value education, keeping the 5 basic pillars, and based on that, we have to introduce some of these basic values. I think this is the very important focus point here, especially for people who are there in the higher education. Whatever the knowledge we provide, if the knowledge is not based upon the ethical principles, it is of no use. People will use the word value, they use the word ethics, they use the word moral, but they're all connected. Ethics, which one is right and which one is wrong? Similarly, moral means right way of doing, right way of conducting something. Code of conduct is right with the morals. They are all interrelated, and therefore the basic values, if we are very clear, if we can follow, it is possible for us to